of the St. Bernardino Shooting Center, as well as NOLATAC Training and Consulting. Today, in our Louisiana CHP Instructor Development Series, I want to talk to you about continuing education, meaning what training do you as an instructor take after you've taken whatever has gotten you to this point? How do you continue to expand your base of knowledge so that you become a better instructor for your students? Many professions have mandatory continuing education. Attorneys, doctors, they're required to take X amount of hours of training in certain subject areas per year. We don't have that in the firearms community, mainly because we don't have a governing body that dictates. We don't have a professional organization that covers all of this. People are part of organizations such as NRA, USCCA, Second Amendment Foundation, law enforcement. There are secular areas, like for example in law enforcement, I'm required to take 20 hours of continuing education just as an officer, not as an instructor, in Louisiana per year to maintain my accreditation as a police officer. What I'm talking about is a little different. I'm talking about you as an individual making a choice to better yourself. All right? An instructor is only the amalgamation of all the knowledge they've been able to gather up until that point. Now, a lot of that will come from formal training classes that you'll take. What I want to talk about specifically is the difference between collecting certifications and getting a nice big fat heavy folder of certificates of classes you've taken, and taking things that actually enrich your personal knowledge and your personal education so that you become a better asset to your students. This is kind of spurred by a recent Facebook discussion I had with some peers. And the comment was made, just I think very innocently enough, about, and I'm paraphrasing here, but something like, yes, you should take more classes because it's going to expand your credential portfolio. And I responded back with something to the effect of, no, you should take more classes because it's going to expand your personal knowledge, which is going to make you a stronger asset to your students. And that spurred some discussion because I was looking at the intent of why do you take classes. Now, a little bit of history on myself. I was a certificate chaser, certificate collector, whatever you want. I've got a big old nice fat stack binder full of certificates of classes I've taken, because when I was younger and less mature, in my brain I thought that those things were the tangible proof of the knowledge I've obtained. That was my credibility, were these papers. And I realized as I've matured as an instructor, just as a man, is that no, the tangible proof of my knowledge and my credibility lies not in that binder, but in the students that I've touched throughout my time as an instructor. How successful have they become? How well have I mentored them? What are they able to do with the knowledge that I imparted on them? That is my tangible proof. Look, I run a business centered around firearms training. I understand the role that certificates play in the business aspect of checking the boxes. I can tell you when I was overseas as a contractor, I got a promotion, not because I was the most qualified. There were probably guys there that were technically more qualified to do the job I was tasked to do, but I was the only person in country that had a particular certificate that was required as part of those job specifications, so I ended up getting that job. Okay, I did the job well, but my point is there's a difference between qualification and certification. Okay, I get that aspect of it. What I'm saying though is that as you progress along your journey as an instructor, what is your motivation to get better? Is it to have a bigger stack of certificates to flash in front of your peers' faces and say, well, I mean, I've been to 2,082 hours of training in the last 10 years? Or is it because you see value in that course content and you want to make yourself better so you can make your instructors better? To me, it's a mindset thing. For some people, it's a moot point. To me, I tend to judge people nowadays more by their motivation and their intent in many cases than in their actual results. I'll take an honest mistake made in good faith with an intent to get better, then I'll take someone who did something right for the wrong reasons. I'm not an end justifies the means kind of guy, at least not anymore. So as instructors, I'm asking you to first take classes. You need to continually be training. Okay? Methodologies, technologies, all those things change. So just because you were the bee's knees in 1985 when you got out of Special Forces doesn't necessarily mean that when you were at the pinnacle of knowledge that you're still there today. A lot has changed. A lot has progressed. Things have gone 180. New technologies have come out. So we have to, as instructors, keep up with that progress. Okay? So please do yourself and your students that service and stay on top of things is the best way to put it. Hey, build your stack. I've got a big old fat binder of certificates like most instructors, and I'm proud of it. It's an accomplishment. It is a tangible proof of the time and energy and money I've put into developing myself. But what I judge myself by not today is not how many hours I've trained in a given year, not how many certificates I've amassed, but what have my students been doing? What have the people that I've been working with done? They are the measure of me, not really me anymore. So keep taking classes, keep training. As you mature, if you're still thinking, oh, man, I got to stack those certs, at some point you'll mature where you realize that, yeah, that's a secondary benefit, but really I need to take classes that are going to make me better. Because sometimes I may have all these certs and the next cert is a level 19 super advanced course, but that's not really going to make me better for my students. Maybe going back and taking that basic level 1 course from this one instructor who I really connected with is going to do more for me, for my students, than taking that next, submarine torpedo accuracy course. So something to think about, guys. As always, be vigilant, be prepared. Y'all stay safe.